Hello! Welcome to my home gym. If you're new here, my name is Kiera. I am a 2-time cancer patient and I help people with like health, wellness, getting back into the health and wellness journey, or just feeling better after like harder times in their lives, because we've been through a couple on this channel. Well, at least I've shown the healing of those things. Today's video is all about what I would purchase if I didn't have a home gym. So for us, a home gym was a priority for sure. We saved for a long time for a home gym. It just came before eating out. It came before buying new clothes. It came before like random Amazon purchases. It was just really worth it for us to put in that money into a home gym. This video is for someone that wants to start working out, doesn't have anything at home, and what I would suggest you purchase. I also forgot to mention I'm a personal trainer, nutritionist, some other stuff that's just, I've done a lot of school. So that's also like where this comes from as well. I'm also a post-college athlete, so I'm very used to this type of equipment and I was around it a lot. Let's get into the video. That's so many like disclaimers. So the first thing I would buy is dumbbells. If I was like really just starting out as a beginner, I would probably just buy, and I was like tighter on a budget, I would buy a pair of 5 dumbbells and a pair of like probably 10s and then a pair of 20s. It would be ideal to go 5, 10, 15, 20, but sometimes just doing maybe even just like the 5s and the 20s, so that you could do like more like hip thrusts with the 20s, or just some exercise where you're not like lifting the 20s. You could do those or use those. So these are the ones that I have. These are my 10s. I like these. And we have all the way from 5. I don't have a pair of 15s, which I don't know if we never had them. I swear they came in our set, but maybe they didn't. I don't know. We just don't have a pair of 15s and it's very frustrating. So I need to like buy myself a pair of 15s. So if you're fresh post-cancer, I would not buy 5-pound dumbbells. That's too heavy to start with. Instead, you can buy these, and these are 1-pound dumbbells. And this will be really like a really good starting place post-cancer to use. And I'm talking like 2 months post-cancer, around the 2-month mark, where you've like healed enough from the treatment, you've been signed off on, you don't have like surgeries that you're recovering from, stuff like that, because check with your doctor. But for me personally, I was at a point about 2 months later where I could start working out. You can always do higher rep, lower volume. The next thing is bands. So these are resistance bands. I use these more for like pull-ups, chin-ups, stuff like that. But you can use these as like putting your feet on. I'm not going to get up and do it, but like, you know, if you stand up and like pull on it, you can do stuff like that. You can do like curls and stuff with them. And these are just really helpful. I mentioned a pull-up bar and like the level, how to level up that tiny gym. If you have these resistance bands, that'll help with that as well. So you can work on that upper body strength even more. Being able to pull and like push yourself up off of something is something you lose very quickly post-cancer. Like when you think of getting out of a swimming pool, being able to pull yourself up and essentially do like a muscle up, being able to do that motion and those 2 movements, the pull and push, you want to be able to gain that kind of strength back, because you know, getting out of a swimming pool is kind of important. So I love resistance bands. They're also a great warm-up item to have for like upper body days. You can also do like lower body things with them. We also have TRX bands, which I forgot to get out. Let me get those out. These are the TRX bands. So you hook it up to something. There's a lot where there's like a door frame that you can hook it up to, and these are amazing. You can do rows with them, body weight rows, where you like hook this up, pull yourself up between it, That can help you get up to being able to do a push-up and stuff like that. You can put your feet in them and do knee tucks to work on your core. There's so many different things that you can do with TRX bands. There's a million workouts online that you can find with just TRX bands. The next thing is, really, I should have started with this, but it's a yoga mat. Sometimes, like, you just need a space where A, it's more grippy, and B, you just don't want to be like laying on the floor or sweating on the floor or whatever it is that you're doing. For me, I do have these like padded, you see this like black stuff behind me, but it gets dirty and I don't want to lay on that, and I also don't want to clean it every time I come in here. So I always keep one outside, and I also have one inside that is just my indoor one. The next thing that I do for like just the starter kit is a foam roller. I get like kind of upset when people tell me they work out and they don't foam roll, because this is like so much better than stretching, and it does more for your muscles, being able to do different movements. 100% a go-to is a foam roller. Even if you just have like aches and pain from being stiff at sitting at a desk, or you have tight muscles in general, like maybe you got a weird night's sleep and you slept funny, it's really important. It helps you not pull things, it helps decrease injuries, and all those types of things. So there's different kinds of foam rollers. This one's great for like when you want to do quads and stuff. If you're not 5'4" like I am, you might not be able to like fit, like I can fit almost, my quads can fit on this one if I do both of them at the same time, but this one obviously is more ideal for that. So there's different sizes, there's different material that you can get them in. This one is my favorite. This one is not for beginners. It's obviously, as you can see, this would be more painful, I guess, but just like massages deeper. And this is the one that I would start with if I was a beginner. Especially post-cancer, you have to be really careful because your bruising could happen. So this is the one I would start with. It's very squishy. Well, it's not very, it's squishier than like this hard one, and this one's like super hard. Yeah, this one's also a good one for like my back. I'll use this one on if it's really like stiff and bothering me. I have one that like vibrates because that like loosens up muscles a lot easier as well. My husband really likes that one. Just one thing with foam rolling. Foam rolling should not hurt. It should not be painful. So if you're foam rolling and something is really painful for you, A, you need to stop. B, you need to switch what kind of foam roller you're using. You need to adjust the part that you're foam rolling. So that you need to somehow lift some pressure off of it. Maybe by like bending a leg to pull up some of your weight off, or something like that, because it should not hurt. It should like be uncomfortable, but as soon as you find the spot that's uncomfortable, rest on it for like 15 to 30 seconds, then move across it again, and it should have released. Like, you want to be able to rest on those spots and not be like making funny faces or wincing in pain. That's not a good thing, and that's not how you foam roll. So don't be scared of a foam roller. Just make sure you adjust for the type that you need. Sometimes I can't use this one because something is too tight, or it's too painful, or it's way too sore. So I'll go to the softest one. So that's why I have multiple, but really you could just go with the softest one if you're just making like this starter pack. If I was in like level 2 or whatever and I wanted to add to this, I would get a pull-up bar. So one of the ones that attaches to your door frame would be great. They also have freestanding ones, but those are way more expensive. Another thing would be this adjustable bench. So for a long time I was using a ottoman I had at my house to be able to do things like hip thrusts or step ups, incline it to do different kind of presses. I use it for my hip abductions. It can be used for so many different things. So that's another thing that I would add, and I would get one like this. I believe they have ones that collapse even more, but this would be easy to even roll like under the couch, depending on how tall your couch is. roll that under your bed. Those are the things that I would start out with if I was making my own gym. Now, I wasn't gonna add this piece, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I love this stuff. But my favorite things that I've added to my gym and things that I could take to a visiting gym if I was traveling or something. You guys know my husband was deployed. I went to Utah for about 2 months, and one of the things I took with me into the gym there was this foam roller, because A, I don't really feel like foam rolling on something someone else has, and B, I have never seen this kind at gyms. I've seen like the black one, the harder foam, and it's very rare that I've seen one of the softer ones, but this one's really small, so I just took this with me. These are the other things I've added to my gym that all can be easily thrown in a bag and taken with me. The first thing is these like smaller bands. These are like for your legs, or I mean you can use them for your arms, like do some warming up with them, but these are really nice to intensify the workout if you don't have as much weight. These will help like kind of build the kind of intensity that you need. The next thing is this. So this is for hip thrusts. You put it around the bar on the center so that you don't get bruised down there. I'm sure you could use this for like squats and stuff like that. I don't. This is like a non-negotiable if I'm doing hip thrusts, because that's too painful. The next thing is my gloves. I have delicate hands, I guess. I have very easily blistered hands. It's so painful for me to do things like chin-ups and pull-ups until I got these, and they have like foam. It looks very intense, like a biker or something. But they really do help, and I'm able to like actually work on my strength instead of just like screaming inside that I'm just ripping my hands up. Okay, the last thing are these straps. So these are for when you're doing things like deadlifts, or pretty much anything where you need to hold the weight down and your grip strength just isn't up to where it needs to be. Grip strength is very important, so I don't use them on everything. I won't use them on my kettlebells, but you put them around your wrist and then you loop it around the bar like this, and then you can hold on to it with the bar. So when you pull up, it's pulling and your wrist is helping you just be able to hold on to it, so you don't have to focus on that as much as you need to for like mind muscle connection. I was able to lift so much more after getting these. So I think that is it for everything that I would get if I was starting, and then adding to that starting, and then just like some fun little things that I have in my home gym that I absolutely love. I hope that you guys liked today's video. I've never seen like a haul for my home gym before, so hopefully this was enjoyable. If you like this video, it would be awesome if you gave it a thumbs up, and if you want to hang out some more, you can subscribe, and I try to post a video every week. I'd be interested to know if you have like any workout stuff at home, what you guys have, like the comments. If you leave a comment below, that would be very interesting for me. I might be able to find like a new product that I should add to my gym. But yeah, hope you guys liked it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some time with me in your day, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.